Smaland in southern Sweden is a province where the forests are an asset and the stony fields a curse. The soil is hard to cultivate, so the Smaland farmer has been relatively poor. Just over a century ago, people emigrated en masse to North America. Those who stayed behind have become famous for their entrepreneurial spirit. The forest is one of the region's most important assets, and a cluster has grown up around the forestry industry. It's generally referred to as the Kingdom of Wood. Claes Håkansson is the chairman of the Smaland Group. He has worked actively with rural development since 1999. Beside him we see Ewa Engdahl, who has been the manager of the Smaland Group since it started in 1997. The Smaland Group extends over 8 municipalities that together cover some 7,500 square kilometers and have about 100,000 inhabitants, which means about 14 inhabitants per square kilometer. A distinguishing feature of the area is its many small enterprises, especially traditional industries working with forestry, wood processing, house building, sawmills, furniture and the like.
The main aim of our local strategy has been to work across county borders in these 3 Smaland regions and to improve the economic situations of the places we're targeting in order to create new jobs. The Smaland Group has already achieved quite a few of the goals we'd set ourselves for this period.
The growth in population has been the most gratifying result, as it means the service sector, schools and so forth, have been able to expand.
The people who've been involved in developing the leader area in which we're working include both public and private enterprise, voluntary groups and others, and everyone's there because they have skills in one or other of the various fields.
The contacts we've had in this area have enabled us to maintain partnerships and of course to establish them. The opportunities and methods we've used include trips and conferences and forums of various kinds, and new actors have helped us develop further.
Cooperation between the various sectors in the Smaland Group is important, mainly because the private and voluntary partners have been very prominent, and the private actors ensure that the work will be sustained in the long term, as this lies in their own interests. The Smaland Group is involved throughout the project, from the idea stage through implementation to evaluation, and both the private and the voluntary sectors are also involved at all times. In this group we've concentrated on supporting local elements that would otherwise never have access to funding. This is a pretty innovative approach on our part. We're targeting the smaller actors in the community.
Vision Rankvilla, one of the 2 projects launched here, came about when a group of local residents saw the population was declining. They suggested starting an industry that could create jobs and attract people to the area. This project is now being developed in cooperation with the municipality and with representatives of the Smaland Group. The people involved at the beginning were primarily local inhabitants active in the parish. They were joined later by local organizations, enterprises, and the municipality, who also brought in large companies supplying services. The partnership with the Smaland Group was involved arranging the financing. The method we used most in the project was to establish working groups. We began with fairly large ones, and the idea was to get everyone in the area actively involved in at least one of the groups. Our goal has been to make the different parts of the project mutually supportive, to link them together. To get a spa going, for instance, we needed to get a hotel going and to have a local inn that functioned properly.
I've benefited from innovative solutions in that I've been able to run my spa and offer customers high-quality spa treatment. I then leave the rest to the inn, where people can get good food, and to the hotel, where people spend the night.
Our networking activities in Ramkvilla have included organising courses where we've described what we've done and also invited other development groups and organisations. People from the municipality have also attended and other LAG groups. Then we've taken part in courses and network activities where we've picked up new ideas about how to improve various parts of our own project. Today, hardwood is mainly used in furniture production, in floor production, and to some extent for kitchen fixtures. Unfortunately, much of the raw material is discarded in the process. Hardwood could be used more widely if the great variety of qualities it possesses were better exploited.
Before launching the project, we felt it was important for us to meet people who shared similar interests and ideas about what such a project should involve and what proposals were needed. In our case, an international conference was held here in Sweden, where I had the opportunity to meet lots of different people. They included the Danish Limfjord group, who later became our partners in the transnational project we started. The partnership, or the local action group, laid the ground, you might say, and made it possible for us to get together.
The
method we used for spreading information about this project was to build this house out of hardwood. We've also improved the dissemination of knowledge to the university, raised the level of knowledge transfer, if you like, and thereby given this issue greater prominence by bringing in students to do their degree work in this field. It's much easier to make connections, to forge links between us and other actors in the community, in the public sector, in a leader project or program, since we're better able to reach small and medium-sized enterprises, which of course are a natural feature of the leader program.
In this project, linkage involved creating dynamic meetings between different kinds of people with varying backgrounds and capabilities. The Smaland group is involved from the idea stage right through implementation to the evaluation phase. The Smaland group has made things easier for us project actors too. We've been given the chance to work on our specific practical ideas. In our project, we worked across borders. Originally, for instance, we had Danish colleagues working with us in the Limfjord project. In our work with other countries, of course, we've been in contact with many different areas and fields of activity. And here, again, all sorts of different meetings are involved. You need a lot of different contacts before you find the right one.
If we were to do this project again, we'd make sure we launched an information campaign beforehand. The information would target both public authorities and other actors.
If I was to do everything over again, I'd begin by spending much more time on information, on reaching all the actors to ensure that the project was widely accepted and supported.